My point is, at one point, businesses used to be about, and I think Apple and all these other companies used to be about, how do we make a phenomenal product? Did you see that movie Ford versus Ferrari, Joey?
No, but I heard it was a great movie.
It was a great movie, and it talked about, and I won't spoil anything for anyone who's listening, but basically, Ford versus Ferrari talks about the Ford GT and how it was created. It was an incredibly expensive product. It was never going to be profitable, or it was never foreseen to be profitable, but it was about competition, winning, pride. This whole bottom line return of investment thing is driving me nuts, because we're the ones who are basically getting screwed, because the world is being built around these things, and now we're required to have these things. Not even for social status.
It's not even phones. It's everything.
It's everything. It's everything. But at one point, you look at Moon Pies, you look at the Ford GT. Those are wonderful, wonderful things that led to, maybe not so much Moon Pies, but they lead to other great, incredible ideas and innovations.
You remember back in the day when we all had our own ways of thinking, that we all thought about our, the way we thought freely back in the day?
I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
What I'm saying is, if you think about it, today everyone thinks the same way. You gotta have a fancy phone, you gotta have a fancy car, you gotta have a fancy this, and you gotta have a fancy that.
I wouldn't say. There's a lot of people who really don't, though.
In some way or another, they are. What I'm saying is that the way we think today is not free. And I'm not using this as a Matrix analogy or anything like that. I don't want people to think, oh, this guy thinks we're living in a Matrix. We are. But
so simulation theory. Hey, that's technology. I can get into simulation theory. Go ahead.
No, I'm joking. I'm just saying, it just seems like no one can think for themselves anymore. There's no creativity. Everything's repeat. Go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. Go to sleep, wake up, do the same thing. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Routine.
And it's the same thing for every product that gets made. It's rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's formulas.
What I'm saying is when you were talking about that GT movie, the Ford versus Ferrari, those were the days where it wasn't rinse and repeat. It was create, innovate, move on to a new, create.
Well, in the premise of the movie was that he was reluctant.
No, I know. I'm not trying. I'm just saying, back in those days, in general, not just a movie, it was always create, innovate, create, innovate.
Find something new, find something better. Now
Steve Jobs was alive. It was create, innovate. Now it just seems like it's just create, repeat, a little bit of an upgrade.
Last year's phone had 3 cameras at 12 megapixels.
Now we're going to give you 4
with 12.1 megapixels.
With your favorite bumps.
With a bigger bump.
Yeah.
It's even more bumpy than before.
Yeah. No, I'm just sick. I'm sick of there's no creativity anymore.
No, there's not. There's no risk. You see it in gaming.
No one thinks about
you see it in movies.
You don't think about no one thinks outside of the box anymore.
You see it in music.
And it's just sad. This world is just depressing and sad.
No, there's lots of good things about the world. I wouldn't go that far. Just because they don't make the latest and greatest, most innovative iPhone every year doesn't mean
the only thing that's
world.
Nice about the world is when you go out and see it. I'm talking about, but it's depressing because there is no creativity.
Right. No one wants to take the risk.
Saying.
No one wants to invest in risk, because investing in risk, when the bar has been set when phones can do so much, when things can do so much, when games now cost hundreds of millions of dollars, versus a few $1 million.
But I know we're a technology channel, but I'm taking this minute. I'm not even just talking about phones or tech at all. I'm just talking about in general. There is no creativity. The only time you get creativity nowadays is when you go to a kid. You be like, hey.
Oh yeah, they're free.
Now you just see all the, and it's like, wow. I remember when I was this age and you got all these ideas and I want to go to the moon, but and you all of a sudden they're talking about technology that you never thought about. And they put things together, and these are, 5-year-olds. I talked to my little cousin who is now 13, and he tells me all these things, and it's like, wow, if we can all be like that, even in our age or older, think about all the things we could do. That's all I'm saying.
I don't disagree with you. The unfortunate side is that there is a business side, and at the end of the day, people don't work for free.
No, and I get that. The problem is that businesses are just now scared.
Absolutely. Well, and they also figured the formulas out.
They did. They figured us to be robots and rinse and repeat.
Well, more or less. I mean, the formula tells people basically what they want. The data creates the formula.
I feel like, you know what I feel like? I'm in a factory line all the time because I go and buy. What happens? New iPhone comes out, right? What do? I buy it. New.
But why? If you have such a if you're so
That's
if you're
what I'm
so
trying-
against it, why do you do it?
And that's what I'm trying to get at. It's like you're.
You have a choice.
No, I know that. What I'm trying to get at is, I say all these things, but I will admit I'm guilty too. I will admit that. I will not sit here and preach and be like I'm this someone that and then go and do something else. I do it. I'll admit that all day. A new iPhone goes out, I go get it.
But why? You have the choice. I mean,
Oh yeah,
we all have the choice.
but
I agree with you. The problem is that we buy the stuff. We complain about DLC, but then we buy it. But then
we buy it.
But the question we want to, here's the biggest
Because
problem with this
why-
this whole ideology though, is that we blame the businesses,
Yeah.
but the businesses don't function without our money.
Right.
We have the complaint, but then we go buy the thing.
Exactly.
So the question is, why are we buying the thing?
Because we're
Not
afraid of
one
missing
the
out.
missing out on something that we all hate.
No, because we're afraid of missing out because everyone else has it. I mean, that's the way that everyone thinks now.
I mean, I don't think that way, but that's
No,
that's
you don't.
just-
But, and I shouldn't say everybody because I'm speaking out of turn then. But it has been shown that there are people, and maybe that's how I am too. You got this new thing, and even though you're like it's the same thing from last year, just with 4 cameras. Yeah, but I want to see what it's like. I want it in my hands. I want to be like, oh, I got it.
Right.
Just for that. You know what I think it is? It's that excitement or that thrill of just getting something brand new for that one day.
Oh yeah, but I remember when I used to buy something new, PSP, iPhones, 2, 3, 4 weeks. I was every single time I couldn't fall asleep.
Yeah.
When I got this phone, not this one. This one was obviously my first Android. So this one was a little more excited about. But even this one, it was like 2 days. But when I got the 10s,
Mhm.
it was the same thing.
Yeah.
When I got the 13 or whatever this phone is, the 11, not 13.
Yeah, but how did you? The most exciting part about Apple products is the box.
It was.
Opening upside that. No, just opening upside that box. That's just that brand new. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that's. But
now when it's a phone anymore, because all I'm doing is unboxing basically. I can fit that 10s that's recording this right now into that.